Hey, my name's Dan, and I'm about to explain how there's an alternative to spending your entire life working a career that you don't really want to be working. You can earn a passive income while you spend more time with your family or traveling or doing what you want to do instead of making your boss's dreams a reality and not your own. Now, don't get me wrong, there's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. So if that's what you're hoping for, or if you're happy in your current career path until retirement, then you can probably go ahead and skip this video now. So let me properly introduce myself. My name's Dan Holloway and I'm founder of Scrap the 9 to 5. And back in the summer of 2016, I had probably one of the biggest light bulb moments of my entire life when I was working for a software company, working 70 plus hours per week, earning really good money, but feeling very unfulfilled. And I started looking for roles in some of the big London software companies because I basically convinced myself the reason I wasn't fulfilled was that I needed to have a higher salary and have an even more of an income. And as I was going through this process, I suddenly realized that every time I'd set myself an income goal in the past, whether it's 30k or 50k or 100k or whatever, as soon as I'd hit that goal, very quickly afterwards, everything would go back to normal. Nothing would really change. And when I realised this, I figured that, well, if nothing's changed every time I've hit an income goal in the past, why did I think that an even higher salary in the future was really going to change anything? Now, you might be able to relate to me on this because I'm sure you've yourself had income goals in the past that maybe you were convinced would solve all your problems or make everything better. And now I'm sure you're earning a lot more than you plan to earn on those goals. So how do you feel? And when I figured this out, I realised that no salary amount, no career was ever going to bring me fulfillment or happiness as long as it was preventing me from doing the things that deep down I knew that I wanted to do. And burying my head in the sand just wasn't going to cut it, because at some point I knew that I'd have to face up to this. And I'd much rather it be now than when I was, retired and on my deathbed and had no time left to do anything that I wanted to do. Now, you might be like me on this, you might not, I don't know, but if you are on my wavelength, then you probably already know, you probably feel that there's more to life than this. You already know that we're not here to just sit behind a desk and work for someone else our whole lives, making their dreams a reality instead of our own. No, we're not here to do that. We're here to create our lives. We're here to make something that we're passionate about and that drives us and makes us proud, and something that means we can't wait to get up in the morning. That's what I believe we're here for. We're not here to just be some cog in a corporate machine. Now, as Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, says, society's drummed into us that we need to go to school and go to college and get good grades and get a good job and climb up the corporate ladder, and then one day, if we're lucky, we might be able to retire with enough of a nest egg that we can live out the rest of our lives comfortably but within our means. And I finally now understand what he was talking about when he says that in today's economy, it's just a completely redundant strategy. This is the information age, this is the digital age, it's not the industrial age anymore. It's an old school mentality. And when I figured this, I realized that all of us have literally limitless potential at our fingertips and in our pockets. I mean, it's possible to start $1 billion business using just a laptop and a phone. I mean, to give you an example, if you think of the largest taxi company in the world, you know who they are? Well, they don't own a single taxi, and it's Uber. Think of the largest airline company in the world. Don't own a single plane. It's Expedia. Largest hotel company in the world. I mean, you can probably guess exactly where I'm going with this, but it's Airbnb. They don't own a single hotel. So all of these companies, they've built their businesses through connectivity and automation to essentially connect buyers with sellers. So sellers of other products, other products sold by other companies. They don't own their own products. They're just connecting the seller to the buyer through connectivity and automation. That's called an affiliate model. So these companies are affiliates. I mean, to take Amazon, for example. So Amazon has been largely built off of the affiliate model. A lot of the products that are sold on Amazon are sold by affiliates. So things that me or you buy day to day off of Amazon. I mean, you've got Amazon dropshipping now, which is selling other businesses' products without ever even seeing that product. It's just distributed from the manufacturer straight to the customer's doorstep. Now, if all of this sounds confusing, don't worry, it's really not. And 6 months ago, I had no idea. I didn't have a clue about any of this. I didn't even know it existed. And it was around the time that I was looking for those new jobs. I remember this really clearly actually, because I was on YouTube looking for videos of Tony Robbins for a bit of motivation, right? To, spur me on my path. And a video popped up, kind of similar to this one, from a couple called Gerard and Merrilee. And they talked about how they'd used connectivity and automation to build an online business that they could run from anywhere in the world as long as they had a laptop and an internet connection. That was all they needed to run their business. And I was watching this video and I was thinking, wow, this is exactly the thing that I'd always dreamed of. I didn't even know it existed. And as I was going through the video, they offered me a free video series from their personal mentors, Stuart Ross and Jay Kubasek. And this video series explained in quite a bit of detail about how all of this was possible and how it worked. And I was watching the video, and I've got to admit I was a little bit skeptical, as I'm sure you probably would be as well, but I figured it's free, so there's no harm in checking it out. And my goodness, am I glad that I did, because that video series completely changed my perception of what I thought was possible, put me in a new direction that today has resulted in me quitting my near six-figure software job, starting and building my own online business, and finally living a life of freedom. Now, I believe that everybody in this economy that we live in this age around us, I believe that everybody should have the opportunity to do this as well. People shouldn't, if they want to be free of the corporate rat race, if they have the drive and the determination to go out and do it, then they should have the opportunity to create this kind of lifestyle, because it's within reach of everybody. So with that in mind, I'm at a stage now in my journey where I want to give this same video series back to you for free. Same one that got me on this journey. Now look, be under no illusions. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying you're going to click a few buttons and then tomorrow you're going to make loads of money and go traveling the world next week. It's not going to happen like that. It takes quite a bit more work, a bit more dedication, focus, commitment, time, effort. But if this does sound interesting, if it has sparked your curiosity and you do want to learn a bit more, then all I need you to do is click the link just there or down there, and that'll take you through to my website. You can then have a look over my site if you want. You can learn a little bit more about how it works, about me if you want to learn a bit more about my story as well. But all you need to do then is enter your email address into any of the boxes on my site, and I'll then send you myself the same video series that I first got. Now look, you're intelligent enough to figure out whether this is right for you or not, because it's not for everybody, and that's okay. Everybody's got different paths and different needs and wants and want different things from life. I don't know your background or your story, so that's a judgment call that you would need to make. But as I say, if it does sound interesting, then click there or there, go through to my website, have a look for yourself, enter your email address in, watch the video series and make your own judgment call. See what you think. Alright, so thanks very much for watching, I really appreciate it, and if you do want to learn more, I look forward to speaking to you on the other side. Bye for now.